Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, Tesla earnings were today. I've already made a couple of videos on this, a 2-hour live stream and a summary video that will actually go live after this. But I just wanted to respond to Ross Gerber here talking about earnings. This was recorded before the earnings call. I've heard it all. And Ross Gerber, I don't agree with everything that he says, not at all sometimes, but I do agree with what he's saying about here. He's talking about the earnings being garbage and that it's Elon's fault. Let's listen in and I will respond to it.
As a shareholder, Ross, give me the instant reaction analysis. What do you make of this report?
Yeah, I mean, it's garbage. I mean, it's sad and depressing to me that this is a business in decline when it should be, it's in a growing industry, but it has great products and it should be a growing business, and it's not. And now if you take out the regulatory credits, they're cash flow negative. They're basically cash flow break even with the regulatory credits. And the regulatory credits are going down every quarter and they're going to be gone soon. And the prices are going up on the vehicles soon. So I'm just like, man, this sucks. And when you look at
yeah, he's telling truth there. No, I agree with him about this. Those tax credits are going to go away soon. They should have an okay quarter next quarter, I think, but it's not looking good. He hasn't talked about Elon yet, but they were garbage earnings. The video that's going to go live soon from me on the other channel. This is the markets channel, but the main channel, which is mostly about Elon and Tesla, if you follow that at all, I'm saying that it's dumpster fire. It's a dumpster fire of earnings, and this is not financial advice at all. I'm just responding to the earnings that I see. And can they get better, basically? Can Tesla get better? There's a lot of headwinds, and he is going to say here that it's Elon's fault, and I agree with it, his politics and everything. Let's listen in.
Cybertruck and Model S and X sales are down 54% for their high-end vehicles. And their newest vehicle, which was supposed to be like this great truck, which I actually like, but they don't do anything to sell. And so there's no doubt in my mind that if they don't rectify the fact that it doesn't matter how many products you come up with, if people don't want to buy them, it's a problem. And
it's a problem. Cybertruck, I think I said in that other video, I think it's quietly going to go away. They're only selling just over 4,000 per quarter. Elon wanted to sell 250,000, so it's been a disaster.
Just don't seem to want to address that issue.
Now, bulls on this name, Ross. We've got financial analysts on. They got a buy on this one. You asked them to explain that outperform. In part, when I asked them about that core EV business and listen, it's EVs that are still driving the P&L here.
That's right.
They predict better days ahead, and they'll say, listen, look at that revamped Model Y and watch for, they say, that new affordable model on the way. It's better days ahead in 26 with those deliveries. What do you say to that argument?
I think that there's no doubt in my mind that Tesla needs an affordable, low-cost, small vehicle for the emerging markets and the United States if they're going to be competitive globally. This should have happened before robo-taxi, and it didn't because Elon decided for it not to happen because it was more important for him to launch robo-taxi. But there's no doubt in my mind if sales are going to improve, it's going to have to come from a new model that's lower priced. And supposedly this is happening, but if it's just a small Model Y, I just don't think you add incremental sales. You're going to lose. You're going to cannibalize more of your business. So
Yes, I agree with that too. They talked about that. A smaller Model Y. Elon said it's going to be a Model Y. So this compact car, this affordable car, will it be less than $30,000? That tax credit going away, that's just in the US, and this is global. And he was saying there that Elon, they should have done an affordable model ages ago. I think he should have done it at the time when they were doing the Cybertruck, which was really late. It was like 4 years, at least 4 years. They could have come out with an affordable model, and it could be one of the world's top-selling cars like the Model Y was at a lower price point. They didn't do that. He went with the Cybertruck. It's been a disaster. So in that way, Elon is to blame here, and he's kind of stubborn in that. And the moniker of genius, that genius is starting to crack. What people think about that, I think.
Also concerned about it is even if they came out with a golden car that flew, that people wouldn't buy it because it's Elon Musk's car. And until somebody wants to address that Elon's political not just opinions, but his actual behavior in public is just super inappropriate and turns off basically everybody now. Like, at what point is anybody going to address the elephant in the room, which is Elon? And
Yeah, that's true. And I made a video on the other channel about the California sales going down 21% down now just in the past quarter. And that, as I keep saying, is the world's fifth largest economy. People might say it's only California, but that was the core base. That's where they started, the core base of buyers. And he's really alienating people. And as Ross says here, and I agree, alienating so many people with his politics. People have stopped talking about that, but you can see the numbers. The numbers don't lie, and it really has been affecting it. Is it going to keep that way? And he doesn't seem to be doing much about it. Yes, they came out with the Tesla Diner, which is, trying to increase popularity. I suppose that's the strategy, or just to distract from the bad numbers that they opened the diner in the same week that earnings came out, just a couple of days before.
And it's like, if he wants to fix the image of himself and Tesla, that will improve sales. And so maybe in a year things get better. But if he doesn't change the way he's acting, I don't see how anything gets better.
Ross, talking about Musk, listen, there were investors, and we had them on the show, and analysts who were saying, listen, they weren't happy with his big move into politics, and they felt like, listen, he needs to get back to work full time. He needs to be focused on Tesla. Now it sounds like he is focused, he is committed. We have analysts on the street saying, listen, this is it, he's back. It's I think they use the word, it's wartime CEO now. As a shareholder, how do you feel about that? Is that gonna, is that a benefit? Is that an advantage to have a refocused Musk back in charge, back in the seat, and back in charge of product?
Well, if you go backwards, this is what I've been calling for some time, that the CEO of the company should actually work at the company. And the fact that he's back is great news for Tesla, for sure. And the fact he's in wartime mode, although that sounds great, it's actually because Tesla's in a crisis. And that's actually when Elon works the best. He sadly, it takes a horrible crisis to get the best out of Elon. And so maybe we'll get that this time. I don't know how many, rabbits he can pull out of a hat, but I wouldn't bet against Elon. And I certainly have never bet against Elon in my career, and would never recommend you bet against Elon.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm not short Tesla. That's not financial advice at all. I'm not short Tesla. I'm not long Tesla, but I do have interest in what's going on. My whole other channel with 50,000 subscribers is all about Elon and Tesla, so I follow it very closely. In this markets channel, I'm going to diversify, but this caught my interest because earnings today, and I do agree with that. Elon, it's kind of a difficult situation for Tesla because Ross thinks that Elon should go away. A lot of people think, or some people think, that Elon should be fired from the board, fired from the company as CEO. But then he is Tesla, and it's the reason that the stock price or the market value is $1 trillion is because of Elon. So it's a difficult situation because he's not doing the company much good. He hasn't done with all the politics and everything recently, and he can't really go either because who else are they going to get? There's nobody that's ready to take over, nobody that could do the job. I don't think that the market would like that either.
And I'm long the stock still, but it doesn't change the fact that probably the best thing you can do is work at Tesla and never tweet again and never say anything again. And in a year, I think Tesla would be fixed. But
not going to happen.
The working at Tesla is one big portion of repairing a lot of the issues Tesla has, but it doesn't change their image problem. It doesn't change the fight with Trump that he continues to stoke that will come back to haunt him for sure. And it certainly doesn't change the fact that liberals across the world absolutely hate him and look at him as the symbol of everything that's wrong. And until he wants to address that, I still think it's going to be hard for Tesla to grow.
I agree with what he's saying there. Basically, that liberals across the planet, and Tesla's a global brand. It's taken a hit. Europe doesn't like Elon not buying the car. Sales have gone down. In California is a symbol of, liberalism, really. The sales are down there. Sales are down in Europe severely. China's got intense competition. This is why the numbers don't look so good. The margins are so low. They're sort of auto company margins, and people say this is a tech company. As I said in my videos today, we're looking at 4%, just over 4% operating margin for Tesla. And we look at Apple, which makes hardware and software, over 30% operating margins, which are, juicy margins for that kind of thing, for sure, the best in the world. But Tesla's supposed to be the best in the world. It's got a massive market cap still. So what will happen? So what do you think of this? Let me know in the comments, and do drop us a like. New channel helps with the algorithm to get it out there. I'm starting to make videos on this channel. I'm going to continue. So do give us a like. Also, I'm going to put a related video right there. Do go and see that now. This is the second one that I've made in this sequence after having a break for quite a few months. Go and see the one about the dot-com bubble. I'll put that right up there, the previous video. Possible dot-com bubble based on AI. I'd like to know what you think about that too. And I'll put a subscribe link on screen. Do subscribe if you want to get more of these kinds of videos from me in the very near future. And thanks for watching this one. And I'll see you in the next one.